Hello students, how are you all? Hi, I am your teacher Neha, and today which we are going to see is about chemistry, and today we are going to see 10th standard chemistry, and name of the lesson is periodic classification of elements. So students, this is the third part of the lesson. So let's see what we have discussed in the previous class. In the previous class we have seen how people like great scientists came and sat for a conference in Royal Chemistry of Society, and they discovered a periodic table, and periodic table is also known as a table which is having all the elements present into that. After that we have seen here that how the periodic trends are going on. We have seen that the atomic radius increases from top to bottom, and same way it will decrease from left to right. Later on we have discussed about ionic radii, which is similar to the atomic radii, then electron affinity, electron negativity, and later on we have seen that how the ions are formed. So students, we also know that the corner, or you can call it as 18th column, is the noble class elements, right? So today we are going to see an interesting topic. In that we are going to identify three metal from its ore. So what is ore? You won't be knowing that. So let's see what is the topic. So the topic today is metallurgy. So metallurgy is a word which comes from the meaning that taking out the metal from its ore. So what's ore? Ore means that it is presence of some impurities, which is unwanted impurities in your metal. So first of all we should see what the metallurgy does. So first thing in metallurgy is concentration or separation of the ore. That means when you are getting the ore, that is the impure form of your metal, you have to take out the metal from that, okay. So first is separation of the ore from the earth crust. Later on the second point is production of the metal. From that ore you are going to remove your metal, and then you are going to do the further investigation. And the last one is refining of metal, so that here you will get the pure form of your metal. So let's see what are the important words or important things, terminologies which are used in metallurgy. So the first terminology which is used is a mineral. So mineral is a type of substance or a sand which will have all the kinds of elements present. It can be impurities also, it can be your real metal also. And later on it is ore, and ore, I said you that ore is a metal which will have impurities. So ore will have what, children? Impurities. Same way, if I want to discuss what are the different terms, then the third term will be mining. So mining means taking out that particular ore from underground, okay. What is mining? Mining means taking out underground. Or underground, you can also write it as extraction. Okay? Yes. Then after that comes the fourth point, and the fourth point is gangue or matrix. So gangue and matrix means it is a solid form of substance which is an impure form which you are getting in your mineral ore, and it will be always in a solid form. Then flux. So flux is a substance which will little bit like a molten substance in the presence of both the mineral and the impurities. Sixth one is slag. So slag is a molten form of the mineral plus the gangue. So you can write slag also as flux plus you can write the gangue particle, which is the impure substance. Okay. So here when you are discussing about all these, the last thing will come as smelting. So children, smelting is a process where you are heating the mineral, and when you are heating the mineral, in that the other minerals which are very volatile, which can get evaporated fast, are being removed. Okay? So these are the basic terms which are used in metallurgy. So students, now let's see how the metallurgy happens. So let's see, there are various processes due to which how we can do the separation. So the first separation of the ore from the mineral is hydraulic separation. So children, hydraulic separation means using water depending upon the density, the separation is being done. Okay? Same way, the second property is about magnetic separation. So here we will see that whether the metal which we want, the ore, that ore is a metallic ore or it is a non-metallic ore. Especially magnetic separation is used for magnetic substances such as iron. Okay? Then froth flotation. Froth flotation means there will be some kind of oil and a liquid which will be added so that the lighter particle of your mineral, for example sulfides. Now these sulfides are light in weight. When they get into mixed with the foam, it will come up and the dark particles or the gangue particles will get settled down, and this way we can separate the substance. And last one is leaching. So leaching is a process where you are taking a liquid or an solvent in which you are adding your mineral, and later on you are just extracting the metal from that. So now let's see in details. So first one is gravity separation or hydraulic separation. So I told you that it depends upon the density. So here the experiment goes as, from this upper part, when the ore is coming, ore is finely chopped. Okay, it is a very minute chopped substance which is coming down, and from this side the high amount of water will be flowing. When the water will be flowing, the lighter particle, which is the impurities, will flow with the stream of the water and it will go towards one side. Same way, the metal which you are taking, if it is having high density, it will get settled down and therefore the separation can be done. Right? Yes. The second process is magnetic separation. So magnetic separation depends upon how a substance is magnetic or it is a non-magnetic substance. Okay. So here you can see that, for example, if I have iron oxide. So when I am having an iron oxide, in that iron is magnetic, but oxygen is not magnetic. So what happens here is, when the magnetic substance is coming down, the magnetic substance will be attached to this magnetic belt, and when it is rotating, the non-magnetic substance will come in the one beaker and the magnetic substances will come into the second beaker. So this way we can do the magnetic separation. Okay. Third one is float flotation. So in float flotation, you are adding a mineral. For example, you are taking some sulfide. Take it zinc sulfide. Okay. When zinc sulfide is added inside a solution, in the solution we are adding two things. One is the oil, which will bind very good with the sulfides, and another one is a liquid which will dissolve the solvent or impurities in that. Okay. So here what we are doing is, when from this we are putting the mineral inside this, you will see that when you are rubbing it, that time the sulfides, that is iron sulfides, will get mixed up with the foam, which is why it is lighter in weight, and the heavy gangue particle, which is the impurities, will get settled down. And later on, just by when you remove the foam, when you are doing the cleaning, you will get the metal back, right? Yes. And the last one is leaching. So I told you, leaching is a process by which you can get a pure substance. For example, I am taking a substance as I need a coconut milk. So how I will do that? I have explained you that it is using a liquid. So what I will do is, I will take coconut. In coconut, I will add water. when I am adding in coconut water, the coconut is grated, it's in smaller pieces, okay. So when you are mixing it very nicely, you will see that some or the other liquid from the coconut is getting extracted and it will mix with the water, and then you are getting a solution which will be white in color, and once you are filtering or you are doing the draining, that time you will get the pure solution, and that solution will be your substance. So here if I wanted milk, then if you are mixing like this, the coconut you will just drain it out everything, and later on you will get the milk water, and that is why it is known as coconut milk and leaching. So there are many examples of the leaching. So in leaching you can use the bauxite, which is the aluminium ore. Now in that, if you are adding some minerals, which we are going to see in the next class, you will get to know how the leaching process is being done. Okay students? So yes, after that comes the types of ores. So children, ores can be of various types. So first ore type is oxides. So in oxide it's coming bauxite, cuprite and hematite. So bauxite is an aluminium ore with the oxygen present in that. Same way cuprite is copper plus oxygen and hematite is iron plus oxygen. Same way carbonates is CO3 will be present. So it is calcium, then after that magnesite and siderite is there. Halide means there will be halogens present, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. And same way these are the examples, and last is sulfides, in which sulfur will be present, okay, and the last zinc blend is zinc sulfide, okay, yes. And later on student come to the types of ores which are present in the surrounding us, that is in Tamil Nadu. So in Tamil Nadu mainly you will see that there will be 6 types of ore present. So first ore is limestone, okay. So after limestone there is gypsum and titanium, okay. These are the common ores which are present in Tamil Nadu. Same way there is hematite, magnetite and titanium related other substances. So these are the types of minerals which are generally present in Tamil Nadu. So students, in this class we have discussed about the main term which is metallurgy, the process how the metallurgy can happen, and later on we have seen what are the processes through which we are doing the metallurgy. First is magnetic separation, then it comes to hydraulic separation, third one is, tell me third one is what? Third one is filtration, and the last is leaching process. Leaching process is the easiest process, okay, which we are using in daily life also. I have given an example too, right? And then we have seen the types of ores, and there are 6 types of ores which are present in Tamil Nadu, right students? So students, I hope that you have enjoyed the session. When you are going to the description box, you can go through the study material, self-assessment and subject material. Then you will get to know that how much you have understood the lesson, right? Now, in next class, we are going to discuss about how the separation of 3 metals has been done. So, let's meet next time with a better YouTube video. Till then, bye-bye.